I do have surgery coming up on next week for my throat. It is an esophageal dilation. I will put a link down in the description box below where you guys can read information about that. If you want to, you can read and be informed. The reason for that is because we're dealing with dysphagia, where your foods feel like it's getting stuck, and your windpipe, and you're having difficulty swallowing. That definitely is a problem for me. I was diagnosed with gastritis literally last year during quarantine. Hey everybody, happy Friday. Welcome back to Rodriguez Road to Recovery. So today is Friday, August 6th, you guys. Hopefully you guys are all doing well, that you guys are all doing great, that you guys are having an amazing start to your weekend. If you did not have a great start to your week, great ending to your week, great start to your weekend, as I always say, keep your eyes open, keep your head up, look up, because there's a bigger, brighter, better day on the horizon just for you. And you have to know and please believe you will deserve every good and great thing coming your way. Alrighty? So pardon me with keep swooping the hair out of my eyes. I'm not trying to show off or anything. It just tickles my face, so that's why I keep doing it. But hopefully you guys are all doing well and great. On last night, I did the chronically ill video chat. Well, then let's see what Wednesday morning, I think that was. I think it was Wednesday I did the live video. So that was Wednesday I did a live, but today is Friday. You guys will see this video on Saturday. So I always say, if you guys have a chronic illness, only for the chronically ill individuals out there, message me down in the description box below with my with our email. You can email me there. You could send it to Everett's email. That's fine too. You can also, if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you can message me there. Send a friend request, like I said in the videos before. For people that are new here, and if you're for ones that for the old ones, and you guys maybe not remember, but I said it and I will say it again. The reason that the Facebook is locked and the Instagram is locked is because there's been multiple times before Evan and I became married. My page was just about myself. I've had many individuals, guys know how social media is, and I'm just going to be blunt and honest. Social media can be crazy and stupid and wild and scary, as we all know, no matter what age or race that we are. And it's also a blessing, and it's precious, and it's wonderful, and it's a joy to use. But it's really annoying a lot of times too. And there's been so many times that I've had complete strangers like tag me and send me things for do want to see my videos, especially like half naked women, and I am totally against that. It irritates me. And I have my family, follows our page. I have my 9-year-old niece, she's always following the page. She doesn't have an Instagram, but she uses her mom's IG, under my brother's Care for Eyes. And so I see have a lot of young family members, that follow, and even older family members, and and we're both fine with that, Everett's family as well. And so he has young cousins, little nieces, little nephews, that follow the page as well, and we are welcoming and accepting of that. And so we always just want to keep our families, and especially him and I, safe by being a collective page. So that's why, for those reasons alone, why we have it locked. So we have the blog. So there's a lot of times that you guys may not see the videos on here. I may not always upload a video onto the blog page as well. Sometimes that I do, record it when I'm at an appointment. A lot of times you may see a post there faster than what you will see on the Facebook or on the IG page. So definitely, go over there and check it out. If you want to message us on Twitter, that is fine too. So you could always have opportunity to get in contact with us, and so that is always great. And I've mentioned many times before that I am going to start a channel separately from this channel, our collective channel. Eva has this channel, Eva's Life on the Move. So you guys check that out and subscribe. And then there'll be another channel that I'm going to start, and that would be for, you know, just stories about my life. Like I said, this thing here is, you know, really about illness, and you know, you see a lot on here. Like I said before, you know, this separate page would be more for just story time, and also Q&As for when you guys have that. So when that'll get started, I'm looking to start that let's say around the end, let's say around the end of August, to try to give myself a little bit more time. I do have surgery coming up on next week for my throat. It is an esophageal dilation, and I will put a link down in the description box below where you guys can read information about that. If you want to, you can read and be informed. The reason for that is because we're dealing with dysphagia, you know, where your food is feeling like it's getting stuck, and your windpipe, and you're having difficulty swallowing. That definitely is a problem for me. I was diagnosed with gastritis literally last year during quarantine, when COVID first, you know, came out, which we know COVID came out before, but when it really came out last year. And when I went to the ER, I was having, you know, a real bad bout with my stomach, where I just told Ella, I'm like, you know, call 911. I remember I was laying across the bed. My stomach just felt like I was just about to just throw up and blow up. I mean, to be brutally honest, I was just feeling bad. And, you know, my family was scared because, you know, this was the initiation of COVID. So it was, you know, hot central, you know, just, you know, being in the beginning stages. Then I want me to go to the hospital, but I was feeling so sick. I cannot stay here. I need to go and get help. And, you know, come to find out, I was diagnosed with the gastritis and also the cyclic vomiting syndrome, CVS. So those are the two diagnoses of stomach issues that I deal with, which back in 2016, when I first became ill, after I got out of the hospital from dealing with I didn't have a prognosis of the MS until 2017, but when everything first started, it happened in 16. But I was in the hospital for about 4 months. When I was discharged, I was home for about maybe 3 weeks, when I started having a lot of stomach issues, started losing weight, vomiting. I couldn't even hold down a peppermint. It was just absolutely horrible. And the PCP, the primary care physician I had at that time, was so outrageously concerned. She sent me out to have a endoscopy. And that was my first time having an endoscopy. And what's so amazing, the doctor that I had back then, I'm sorry, I was trying to see who was passing by the house in front. The doctor that I had at that time, the very first doctor that did the endoscopy, is the one that's going to do the throat procedure. Now, I've had many stomach doctors throughout the years, throughout the past 5 years. Now, I've been with this doctor since day one, but he kind of gave me over to another facility. Reason being not because he wasn't a great doctor, it was because I was going to him complaining about the same things over and over and over. He just felt like, well, I would rather do a feeding tube on you, because I think that would be the most effective solution. But the surgeon that did the portacats for me, you know, the one I had here that was removed, I have another one over here, so it's here now on the left side. Anyway, the doctor did not think that I needed a feeding tube, so that was all that happened. The doctor just felt like, well, my hands are tied, I don't mind working with you, this is my diagnosis that I think that will help you, but maybe somebody else can try to do more than what I'm doing, because it seems like I can't get any further than where I'm at. So for those reasons, and the doctor that I've had that did the endoscopy on me last year, I had him for about maybe around the same time that I had this doctor, so I was having two stomach doctors. He kind of literally wrote me off, so I got back with him because of the hospital that I was going to. I was doing the infusions that I go and get the B12 injections. They gave him back to me, assigned when I went to the ER. for a different, for the same problem for another time. And he happened to be on call, and so it was just easier to go to the doctor that they already saw in the system that I had been familiar with. So that's how he came back into the picture. And he has a doctor that worked for him that I was seeing at another place that she had been familiar with him. She's the one that gave me the sumatriptan injections, and I had the nasal spray at first, but I had both. So the nasal spray is out, and I do the injections, but not as much. But I've been doing a lot of Flonase for my nose. The sumatriptan, is for headaches, but she gave it to me for abdominal migraines. And I never knew that can exist until I found that out last year. But when I tell you it helps amazingly, it does. And it does help for headaches too. So it's a twofold thing. And, the side effects are wild, but it does help, and I'm appreciative for it. But yeah, so that's just a little tidbit so you guys kind of get an understanding. But this doctor, since I still have two doctors, the lady doctor, she unfortunately left the hospital that with the B12 injections that where the other doctor who was doing the medications, that did the endoscopy, she left because she has a daughter that has the illness, and they had to move out of state to another place to get her to feel better, to have a better doctor. So that was totally understanding. But I still have two stomach doctors. Jasmine and I went to see the other stomach doctor that I was telling you about. He's in between two hospitals now. Not the one that's going to do the surgery, but the one that I seen last year, the one who I talked to a lot on, on the phone. Jasmine, I seen him about maybe a couple weeks ago, but I do have to go and see him. He has an assistant, so I will see his assistant doctor. I think not this week. I think the following week I will go and see them. So yeah, but the doctor that's doing the surgery, that is on next Thursday. So just to give you guys a heads up, if you were interested in joining the Chronically Ill video chat, it would not be this Thursday because obviously I won't be able to talk. I will be able to talk, but my throat, which is just common sense wise, just need rest. It's going to feel sore, it's going to feel scratchy. And I already woke up this morning, sound like Billy Goat Gruff, being congested because I've been having a lot of nasal passages, just has been running. So that means the Flonase is working. It's really loosening up all of that hay fever that I've been diagnosed with. So it's really working. I take allergy pills too. So it's breaking up all of that congestion that I deal with on a daily basis. But yeah, so this week's video chat will be canceled, and then we will be back in business on the following week. But this week's appointments, Monday I am free. So Tuesday we have to go to do a follow-up for the breast exam. Now I know there's so many pictures that I say so many times, but you went to this doctor already, you went to this breast doctor, you're so many doctors for the same things. Reason being, you guys, like I've said in videos before, why I have so many doctors for the same thing. Sometimes it's I do it that way, other times it's given to me that way, and I just accept it as it is. And for you guys that deal with chronic illness, you know, and you get it and you understand. You have to really advocate for yourself. If someone is not understanding, if someone is overlooking you, if someone is not giving you the care, concern, the definitive answers that you need, that you rightfully deserve, move on and get someone else that's going to listen and give you the help that you need. This doctor is awesome, beautiful bedside man. It's amazing. And the last time I seen him was in January, literally with Jasmine's sister. And so when we had to do the follow-up, it was supposed to be, I think, last week. Sorry, you hear people going down the street, the motorcycle. It's supposed to be, I think, last week, week before last, but it had to be rescheduled because unfortunately transportation was having us late, so I didn't want to go. We had to go across the river, and being from my house to that destination, and then being late in the evening, it was a lot of traffic. So I just said, well, let's just reschedule, because it would just been too much of an imposition trying to get in there. It just would have been way too much unnecessary stress. So I just rescheduled it. This is the earliest that they have. So I'm like, okay, great, let's take it. And it'll be this Tuesday for 9:30. Wednesday, I am going to see my neurologist. Now, I do have a few neurologists that I still see. I haven't posted or seen her in a while, so you haven't missed anything. If you want to know any updates about the my neuro visit, I haven't seen her in a while. Because there's been so many things going on her side. The last time that we were supposed to do a video chat was last month, and then whatever happened on her end, this did not occur. And I told them that I wanted to, you know, come in and not do a video chat. So the next availability that she had would have been in the 20th or something. But then they moved it up and they put me on the waiting list so I could come in earlier. And I got an email sent that said I could come in a day earlier. So instead of me seeing her, I think I'm seeing her, instead of seeing her on like the 18th, I'm going to see her on the 17th. So neurologist that I have been having struggling issues with, the male neurologist, I am seeing him next Wednesday coming up. And to answer your questions, why am I seeing him? The reason is because the last time I spoke with him was in December when I went to the ER, I think would maybe that weekend right after Christmas. Yeah, it was. And so that was the one that stopped my infusion. So I still do have the brand new neurologist that I am still seeing. Now, this is the first time that I will see him face to face since it's been just last year. Completely honest. I mean, I haven't even done a video chat with him. Been on the phone, and the last time I spoke with him on the phone was probably maybe a couple. Let me see. Maybe around the beginning of the year. So we're now in August now, and so this is the 8th month. So this is absolutely ridiculous. But he wanted to see me, and so I'm going to take the opportunity to see him. And if by some miracle I can, you know, talk to him and he has a change of heart to give me my infusions back, thank you, God. If not, then he's still the same jerk. And I'm just going to bluntly admit that. Always remember that you're bold, that you are strong, that you're a winner, that you're a warrior, that you are a survivor. You better come out the storm and first we're in the storm. As remember, drink is road to recovery. We will talk to you guys again soon in the very next video. Much love, much peace to y'all, and we will see you guys again soon. You guys stay in peace, walk in love with everyone you know. Keep your head up, keep the faith, don't give in, don't surrender, and just be kind to everyone, because you never know what anybody's battle, what anybody's battle that they're going through. And treat people with kindness where you want to be treated, because that's the way to go. And see you guys again soon. Mwah! Vessels. Peace.